My darlings, today I'm going to talk to you about a very important topic, and this topic might be the most important thing you've ever heard in your life, because nobody is honest with you about this. Everyone uses the word narcissist, but nobody tells you, why does a narcissistic man seem so attractive? Why do you fall in love with him? And why is it so hard to break up? Today I will tell you. My darlings, I fell in love with a narcissist in my life. I was 23 years old, and it started so beautifully. I never imagined it would end so painfully. But today I won't just tell you my story, I'll tell you how to recognize a narcissist, and more importantly, how to get rid of him, because it's possible to get rid of him. But first you need to see him, and to see him, you need to understand him first. My darlings, what is a narcissist? Let me explain it very simply. A narcissist is a man who is empty inside but hides it. From the outside, everything seems to be there. Confidence, charisma, success, words. But inside, there's a deep void. And to fill that void, he needs you, your attention, your admiration, your love. And when he receives it, it's still not enough, because a narcissist's void is never filled. No matter how much you give, he always wants more, and you feel exhausted. But you can't leave. Why? Because he made you experience something no one else could make you experience. It's called love bombing. My darlings, what is love bombing? Let me explain it to you. The first few weeks, the first few months, everything is so intense. It's so beautiful. It's so special. The man makes you feel, you are the most special person I've ever met. You're the only one who understands me. Being with you has changed everything. And the messages don't stop. The calls don't stop. The plans don't stop. A surprise every day. A gesture every day. A feeling that grows stronger every day. And you feel unique. You feel chosen. You feel seen. My darlings, that's exactly the feeling. This feeling is a trap, because the narcissist didn't really fall in love with you. The narcissist chose you to fill his own void. And the love bombing ends. It ends because the narcissist has now taken over you, and he no longer gives the same energy to what he has taken over. So what happens next? My darlings, I'm going to tell you about the 3 stages of a narcissistic relationship. If you know these 3 stages, you can protect yourself and those around you. First stage, idealization. This is the love bombing phase. You are perfect. You are unique. You are the most beautiful thing he/she has ever seen. And he/she says it every day. He/she says it at every opportunity, and you believe it. Because why wouldn't you? When everything feels so real, when everything is so intense. Second stage, devaluation. This stage starts slowly, very slowly, so slowly that you don't even notice. First come the small comments. Are you doing it like that? That hair doesn't look very good on you today. You're exaggerating a little about that. First, you're surprised. Then you question yourself. Am I doing something wrong? Am I exaggerating? Am I going too far? And over time, that initial admiration gives way to criticism. It gives way to comparisons. It gives way to coldness. And you try even harder to bring back those good old days, to bring back those moments that made you feel special. But the harder you try, the less attention you receive. Because the narcissist is now testing you. They're watching how long you can endure. They're measuring how much you can tolerate. The third stage, abandonment. This is the most painful stage. Sometimes it's sudden. Sometimes it's very slow and painful. But it always leaves the same feeling. How did this happen? What did I do? Everything was so beautiful. Where did I go wrong? My darlings, you didn't go wrong. He used you like an object, And when he no longer needed you, or when he found another source, he let you go. That doesn't describe you. That describes him. Now let me tell you something very personal, something I have never told in full. I was 23 years old, and let's call him Alexander. When Alexander walked into a room, everyone turned. He was handsome, but not in an ordinary way, the kind of handsome that makes you feel slightly foolish just for looking. He was articulate, he had an opinion on everything, and he delivered every opinion with such complete confidence that you assumed he must be right. The first time we met, he asked me questions no one had ever asked me before. Not what do you do, not where are you from, but what do you want from your life? What scares you most? What do you dream about when you are alone? And I thought, this man sees me. He truly sees me. For the first month, he texted every single day, every day a plan, every day a surprise. One evening, he was waiting outside my office. No reason, just flowers. Just, I wanted to see you. My darlings, I fell completely because it felt so real, so overwhelming, so unlike anything I had experienced before. I had no way of knowing that what I was feeling was not love. It was love bombing, a calculated flood of attention designed to make me feel chosen before the real dynamic began. And then slowly, everything changed. The plans started canceling. The texts became infrequent. And one evening we were together and he picked up his phone while I was speaking in the middle of my sentence. And when I mentioned it gently, he said, "You are overthinking." Those 3 words, my darlings, you are overthinking. This is one of the narcissist's most powerful weapons because it does not attack you directly. It simply makes you question your own perception. Maybe I am overthinking. Maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe my feelings are the problem. And slowly, I began silencing the voice inside me that was saying, something is wrong here. I began dismissing my own instincts. This is called gaslighting, making you doubt your own reality, eroding your trust in your own feelings. And it happens so gradually you do not notice it happening until one day you realize you have stopped trusting yourself completely. And then one evening during a conversation where I tried to address the growing distance between us, he looked at me and said, "You take everything too seriously. This is why people pull away from you." That sentence, my darlings, I carried that sentence for years. This is why people pull away from you. And I believed it. I tried to become less serious, less feeling, less present, less myself, because I thought the problem was me. Now I know the truth. That sentence was his fear talking, his terror of real intimacy, his inability to be truly seen by another person. The narcissist says things like that not because they are true, but because closeness threatens them. And if they can make you feel like the problem, they never have to face the fact that they are unable to truly connect. My darlings, here are the 8 signs I wish I had known. Sign 1. Every conversation becomes about him. You share something, he redirects it back to himself. Every time. Sign 2. There is no real empathy. When you are in pain, he goes through the motions. He says the right words sometimes. But something is missing. The warmth behind the eyes is not there. Sign 3. He is hungry for admiration. How did I do? Was that good? Could anyone else have done that? No amount of praise is ever enough. Sign 4. He cannot tolerate criticism. The smallest observation is met with coldness, or anger, or a reversal where suddenly you are the one who did something wrong. Sign 5. The rules do not apply to him. He arrives late but cannot tolerate you being late. He breaks promises but expects you to keep every one. Sign 6. The relationship is a constant roller coaster. The highs are extraordinary. The lows are devastating. And you hold on through the lows because you are chasing the highs. My darlings, that roller coaster is not passion. That is a cycle designed to keep you addicted. Sign 7, he isolates you, slowly. They don't really understand you the way I do. You don't need them. You have me. Until one day you look around and realize you are alone, with only him. Sign 8, nothing is ever his fault. An apology from a narcissist always contains a but. I am sorry, but you provoked me. I am sorry, but if you hadn't. That is not an apology. That is a transfer of blame. My darlings, I eventually left Alexander. Not cleanly, not quickly. It took time. And it took meeting someone whose consistency slowly showed me what I had been accepting was not love. Chester never needed me to be less. Chester never made me question my own feelings. Chester never said, "You are overthinking." Chester said, "Tell me more." And that difference, that simple difference, was the difference between a man who needed me small and a man who wanted me whole. If any of those 8 signs felt familiar, please know this: you are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not the problem. You were simply in the presence of someone who needed you to believe that, and you are allowed to stop believing it right now. Write it in the comments. Did any of those 8 signs sound familiar to you? I will read every single one. My darlings,